Hello, Bob here.
Hey, Mr. Goff, this is Matt calling back.
Oh, hey, man, how you doing? What can I do for you guys?
Well, first of all, thank you for answering. Sorry I missed your call. But,
No sweat, man.
okay, we were talking, and we were trying to figure out we got a bunch of guys and girls here. We all love Jesus. And we're trying to figure out, how do you know if you're in love with another person?
Wow, what a great question. Let's see, I guess what it depends on is everybody's definition. Like, I know that I used to fall in like a lot more than I fell in love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like somebody a whole bunch, and that feels like not falling in. Like, I guess it has to do with that thing where you don't see a horizon. There's no end to it. You start thinking about things like a legacy that you make together. Like, you maybe, I wonder if you're infatuated with somebody, you kind of fall in like with them. You're just thinking, this could be a great movie, or what a great date that's going to be. And that's kind of like falling in like, or if you like, maybe if you think of somebody and you're just thinking about their physical attributes, you know, tall, ripped, beautiful, handsome. That might be falling in like with somebody, but if you start thinking about things like legacy, like, we could really do something beautiful together. Not like how great we look together. I feel like somebody who just fell in like with somebody.
Yeah.
If you go, there's something really beautiful we could make with our lives together. That sounds like somebody who just fell in love. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yes.
And what
Yeah, I
if...
think that would,
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was wondering, alright, here's a hypothetical scenario that's actually true. If someone had all of those things that you just said with a relationship with a person and they're no longer dating, what does that mean? You never were in love, or you thought you were in love and you were really just in like?
Sounds like somebody just made a decision. Right? I make decisions all the time, and I don't know if they're good or bad ones. Time kind of tells on that. I think if you decided not to date somebody, that probably presupposes, like, you know, did God just pick one person for you? Which is another, big question. The answer to that is I don't know. But
Yeah.
I imagine that if you just decided that you weren't just going to date that person anymore, it didn't mean that you weren't in love with them. It sounds like somebody that just made a call. And again, sometimes I make calls and they're good ones, and sometimes there's not. There was a gal that I liked a whole bunch that I even wrote about in the book, in Kathy. Gosh, I wanted her to be. I was kind of thinking about legacy stuff together, like something beautiful we could make. But now I've seen it once after, I don't know what it's been, 20 or 35 years. And I look at that and go, you know what? I think that was the right call. But you never have, like, the perspective then. But you just make the best decisions you can, about people and about jobs and about everything. So if I could have one wish for you guys, it would be to take some of the pressure off. Because it's kind of just be a little easier on yourself sometimes about deciding some of that stuff, and to say, I just want beautiful relationships with people. And they just become what they become.
Wow.
So
Wow.
thinking you might make a mistake and, break up with the wrong person or stay hooked up with the right one or whatever it is. Wouldn't you agree, like, if you find the right person, like, you just figured out 85% of your whole life. And you see people that marry the wrong person, and they just figured out 95% of their whole life.
Yeah.
95% going to be just sorting out, like, it's not supposed to feel like a reality TV show where it's just got all this drama and you're voting each other off the island. All that. It's just not supposed to be that much work. Sweet Marie and I, and everybody's different, but you kind of get to make your own rules. And we made the rule, we don't yell at each other or raise our voice. Marie's never raised her voice. In the 30 years I've been loving her, and the 27 she's been loving me back. Isn't that crazy?
It took you 3 years to get to her?
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
That's awesome.
It was worth it.
You just get to decide.
Yeah.
You get to make the rules, which is really kind of neat. But if you go like, man, we're really seem to be in each other's grill all the time about this or that, I'd say, that's something somebody to stay in like with.
Yeah.
Love. Even then, you could decide, you know what, I'm going to love you like I love to breathe, but it's just, I just don't want that much drama. You kind of get to pick among the
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys are the pros. That's the cool part. You guys are not just PhDs in you, like you're Nobel laureates in you. So you know what you're good at and what you stink at. And I'd say, like, do more of what you're good at. If you
Yeah.
think you're a really bad picker when it comes to boyfriends or girlfriends, have your friends pick them. I know that sounds nuts. Have them go out on a date.
I like that. We might have a new weekend activity now.
Would that be great?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, that's a couple of friends, and we just decided I can't do it because I'm married to Maria, but these other single guys can. I said, you just go out on dates for them. And then when they're picking the right person, they'll be awesome. Let
Yeah.
them know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like
Hey, you
that.
guys, I need to pop into this thing. I'm
Okay.
really glad we got a chance to talk, though.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you for
you.
answering.
Thank
you.
We
You're
appreciate
so
it.
great.
Thanks a million.
Thank
bet
you.
I'll talk to you later.
All right,
Okay,
talk
sounds
to you
good.
soon.
Bye, Bob.
Bye.
You got
That was incredible. A legacy.
Wow.
All right, guys, you gotta back into meeting.
What was the one about the just create beautiful relationships?
Alright, let's have a quick small group about this.